What's going on, guys? It is Frankie here. What a wild card weekend that was. So many amazing games, except for Dallas and San Francisco. For Dallas and Tampa Bay, Seattle and San Francisco had some moments in the first half, but every other game was exciting down to the wire. Great finishes, great comebacks, amazing plays, and hopefully the best is yet to come. Divisional round is here. We are down to the final 8. Let's make some predictions, and we start with the first game, AFC divisional round, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are 8.5-point favorites. Jacksonville coming off an incredible comeback against the Chargers. 27 points down. Trevor Lawrence with 4 first-half interceptions, and they rolled all the way back to a win right at the end. Kansas City, the number 1 seed in the AFC. They've had an amazing year. They're probably the favorites to win the Super Bowl right now. They played each other earlier this year, and Kansas City won that game. Mahomes had 4 passing touchdowns, 331 yards at 1 interception. Lawrence actually was pretty good in that game. He threw for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns, but they were not able to improve. But Jacksonville has gotten better since then. All credit to Jacksonville and what they've done this year. Trevor Lawrence was taking an incredible step up in his second season. Obviously having Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram there, he's had a nice offensive line. They've really done an amazing job of stepping up this year. And, I mean, they'll be the sentimental favorites. I feel like people want to see them pull off the upset, but you look at Kansas City, and it's like they just look too talented right now. They look like they got a week off, rested, ready to go. Mahomes, the MVP of the league. Kelsey, who's had a great season. Andy Reid usually is good in the postseason. He has his ups and downs, but nice season for the offensive line. They have probably the best offense in football. It's gonna be. I thought about taking Jacksonville to cover. I really did, and maybe I'll regret that tomorrow, not picking Jacksonville to cover, or maybe I'll regret that on Saturday when if Jacksonville makes it a close game. But something about the way Kansas City's been playing, and something about their offense. It's just too much for me to. If it was like 14 points, I'd probably pick Jacksonville, but 8.5, I think Kansas City wins that one, and Kansas City pulls off a win to go back to the AFC Championship game once again. Give me the Chiefs minus 8.5. The New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 7.5-point favorites. This one's probably an emotional one for me. This is probably an emotional pick for me. I was so amazed at what the Giants were able to do on Sunday against Minnesota. That the way they played, seeing Daniel Jones as amazing as he was, I mean, maybe the best game he's played. 78 rushing yards, 7 first down runs, and he looked great throwing the ball as well. Saquon having his incredible day, continuing his fantastic comeback season. I do think the Giants are going to cover in this game, though, and that is probably the best thing. I think the Giants will cover because I think we're going to see more great games from Jones and Barkley. Even though when Saquon is taking on the Eagles this year, I think his last appearance against them, he had like his worst game of the year. And I do think we're going to see Dexter Lawrence come through and make Jalen Hurts sweat a little bit. But it's hard for me to say that they're going to beat Philadelphia, who has had an incredible season. They're better in pretty much every, whether it's quarterback, O-line, receivers, defense, pretty much in every matchup, the Eagles are the favorites. The Eagles should win the game. Giants probably have a better running back, but that's probably it. It just seems like, you got Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. The Eagles should be in complete control of this game, and I think that they will. I think they will win it. However, something in me tells me the Giants are going to be able to cover. Something tells me that in this magical season, Jones and Barkley are going to make it close. They're going to make it exciting. I hope the defense plays better than they did against Minnesota, because outside of stopping Justin Jefferson, it was a weak game for them. They let Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota run down the field a lot. So I hope the defense plays better, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think they'll cover. They'll cover the spread here. I think we'll see an electrifying performance from Jones and Barkley, but it will not be enough. And I think Philadelphia will go to the NFC Championship game and put a sad end to what was a great season for the Giants. I hope I'm wrong, but I just think that's what it's going to be. Give me the Giants plus 7.5. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 5-point favorites. We don't need to talk about what happened the last time these two teams played. Obviously, we're all so happy that DeMar Hamlin is doing okay, recovering at home. And I hope he's doing all right. But this will be an emotional matchup. It'll be there'll be a lot of tears probably. I'm thinking about how much respect these two teams have for each other and everything. So it'll be an emotional game. I think it'll be a great game though. Buffalo, I thought they were going to put away Miami a lot easier. But these are two teams that should have put away their opponents a lot easier than they should have last week or Sunday. Both teams going up against backup quarterbacks, and they struggled. I mean, if it wasn't for that fumble return for a touchdown, Cincinnati loses. And Buffalo, I mean, they were down to Miami in the third quarter. Both of these teams should have won, but they should have played better than the way they did. But whatever, it happens. It's the NFL. It's crazy things. Crazy things happen like this. So, in the end, though, I do think Buffalo is going to get this win here. Again, they've been the more complete team here. And even though they struggled against Miami, I mean, you have Josh Allen, you have Diggs, and the offensive line is going to be much better. I feel like Cincinnati's offensive line is already struggling, but now with Janiyah Williams out, so that it'll probably be an easy win for the Buffalo. They'll be able to get to the defensive line easy. And the Bengals will score some points because they'll have Burrow and Chase. We'll see how it goes, but I think Buffalo wins this one at home. I think the emotion will be there, and I think they will win this one. It'll be a fun game. Again, these two teams have a lot of respect for each other. I think it'll be an intense game, but in the end, Buffalo gets the win. And gives us the Chiefs-Bills AFC Championship game we've all been dreaming of. Give me the Bills, -5. The Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are 3.5-point favorites. Dallas put away Tampa Bay and may have closed the Tom Brady era pretty convincingly last night. First playoff road win in nearly 30 years. I mean, again, they just ran them over. I was very impressed with that, so I'll give them that. San Francisco, they just keep winning. Brock Purdy has not lost a game yet. Was he 6-0, 7-0? Look, we can argue about how much that is his doing, how much that is his amazing supporting cast, but whatever it is, it's working. Obviously, an amazing defense, and you just look at this again. You look at Kittle, McCaffrey, and Ayuk on offense, and then again, Purdy just doing the work and doing exceptionally well for what he's been doing. And yeah, their defense: Bosa, Warner, Greenlaw, Hufanga. It's too talented. It's too top tier. And I expect Dallas. Look, and Dallas has had a great season. And if they get to this point, they have something to be proud of. But we're gonna need to see something special out of Dallas. We're gonna need something extraordinary out of Dallas. We're gonna need to see an even better game from Dak than we did yesterday. We're gonna need to see CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz and Tony Pollard really step up. And I mean, the defense has forced more turnovers than anybody this year. They're gonna have to force a couple if they want to win this game. But ultimately, San Francisco, with the talent they have, will keep it going. I think the run for them ends against Philadelphia. I think they'll lose to the Phillies and to the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, and then that'll be the end of the Brock Purdy run. But for now, I think in this game, San Francisco comes through, gets the win, and moves on. Give me the Niners -3.5. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel and I'd like to see, make sure to subscribe down below. I will be back next week with more conference championship predictions. I'll have an NBA video out later today. A lot of stuff coming out, so get ready for that. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and God bless.